¿Qué ondas, primos?
Primas
y primes.
Welcome to my
Primos.
My Primos
Primo
Podcast. Welcome to the My Primos Podcast.
My name is Fredie.
My name's Kevin Garcia.
My name is Eliamaria Madrid.
My name is John Aviña.
This is Chikume, whenever I can make it.
My Primos Podcast discusses all things fandom and pop culture,
From comic books,
Movies?
To whatever obsession we have this week.
but with a Latine
Malatine.
perspective. Remember, we're all primos,
We're all primes.
Primas.
Primos.
no matter what part of the world we're from. ¿Qué ondas, primos, primas, y primes? And welcome back to my Primos Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Primo Fredie. I know it's finally happened. The moons have aligned, the stars have aligned, the planets have aligned. Some kind of alignment has happened. But all the primos are here today. We have Mr. Kevin Garcia, John Aviña, and Eliamaria Madrid on the show again. Say what's up to all the primos, everybody.
What's up to all the Primos, everybody?
What's
What's up?
Oh, try something new. Didn't work out. But you know what? Look at Kevin Garcia, everybody. So I'll go around the table in the old-fashioned way because people still enjoy it and love it and like it and expect it. I don't know, after this would be our 9th season. We're going into 10 seasons of this. People have a certain expectation. But with me tonight is my primo and yours, Mr. KevinGarcia.com. Say what's up,
Hello.
Kevin.
What's up, Kevin? What's up to all the Primos? It's so good to be back with other people here.
Whoa. Is that like shade? Literally?
Not really,
like-
not really, because like even though we have our little like pairs off all the time and it works great, it's just fun to have all of us together.
This is
And
his
also I'm
enrichment time.
playing with the new light bulb.
Okay. Look at him. He must be on MGMT or something. He's like lights going. Like,
Yeah.
are you okay?
This is his enrichment
Wow,
time.
Mr.
It's
Garcia.
okay. This is normal.
This is after school. Okay. Well, that other voice you hear, of course, is at Spice Illustration, the spice in our lives, Eliamaria Madrid. Say what's up, Elia.
What's up, Elia?
Hey, you did it.
Hey, I'm here. So,
Elia has us on an official, non-official timer because as we're recording this, it is the World Cup
Yeah.
Mexico game. Who's it playing, Elia Maria?
who gives a fuck? I already
Well, wait.
forgot.
This is gonna run afterwards. So let's just say,
Yes.
Elia, who is
Yeah.
it that won this match?
Who is it that won the World Cup? The World Cup?
This
the
match. Let's
game?
go with this match. Let's go with this match.
Yeah, with this match, okay.
Was run by-
it's Mexico against Czech Republic. We're kicking their ass. Sorry, Czech
Okay.
Republic.
There you go.
You're getting your ass
There you go.
whooped.
There you go. It's happening. Congratulations, everybody. The streets
Thank
are littered
Czech
with
Republic.
parties and taco
Yeah.
men and
Trucks are
paleteros
being
and
flipped
stuff.
over. Yeah.
Speaking of paleteros in Mexico, we have Mr. John Aviña from Aviña Comics. Say what's up, John.
What's up, John?
Ooh.
Hey,
joining
there
the
he is,
crew.
everybody. Speaking of the creator of El Paletero, which is Paletero
Yes.
3 is out, right?
Yes,
As
it
we speak?
is.
Hell
Yeah.
Paletero 3. Please tell me, because I'm a fan of Paletero 1 and 2, especially, please remind me, because there's something about, which issue was it where they end up being mechs? Is it Paletero 2?
The second one, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
This one's a little bit darker. It's got like religious guilt stuff and like a girl that gets possessed. So you get to see him do like an exorcism with a paleta of holy water.
Latino
Hell
shit. I'm
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yep,
Bro.
all day. No, but yeah, Paletero's a great book. It's a fun book. It's campy. It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited to read the third one. I really enjoy Paletero. But guys, we are back, and of course, here's the spiel. Go visit at My Primos Podcast, and of course, myprimospodcast.com. Check us out there for all of our updates. We have some stuff down the works. We're doing events, as well as, of course, we have conventions coming up. Everyone here has something in the works, everything from books to appearances to panels to cons. Again, it's a great place, a great resource. Of course, follow everybody's social as you see them on the screens. And tonight, pretty much, we're going to do a little bit of catch up and jump into a conversation that's been a little bit, we've touched on it here and there, but I think that it needed to
needs
be
its
kind
own
of stopped.
talk.
It needed its own talk. And I mean, just to jump off, it's been a minute since all of us have been here. So I want to see what everybody's been up to, how everybody's doing. You know, let's go around the table. John, how are things, man? What can people look forward to? What's new in your sphere up there in the north? What is that? Like, what do they call you? The city of wind? The wind of city?
Windy
The
City,
city of wind.
Second
I like
city.
that.
The city
Yeah.
of winds. I like
The
that
city
one.
of wind. The
It's
city
going
that breaks wind.
The city that breaks.
sometimes. We're
Mm.
close to Wisconsin. There's a lot of cheese going back and forth.
Hmm.
But
It'll get you.
The
just
exchange.
Writing a lot, working. We shot a pilot. I've shared it online so people saw it with the drummer from the Ramones. So that was pretty cool. And we're finishing the edit on that. We had to do a lot of like, ADR stuff, which was kind of a nightmare, but we're getting through it. And we're doing a comic together. So we'll have that out in August. So that's really fun. But it's just been a lot of work getting these kind of books done. But looking forward to all of them just getting out there and I don't have to think about it.
John, do you ever get to like have like just dinner? Like, just
Right.
like like just like, you know what? I'm gonna have a 7 o'clock dinner, watch a movie maybe with the wife and enjoy some wine in the backyard. Like, do you ever get to do that?
No, we're supposed to go see Supergirl on Friday, and I already know like my phone's gonna vibrate as soon as like the logo goes up. It's gonna be like, "Brr, fuck.
I'm also
Well.
supposed to go see Supergirl on Friday, but for some reason we got like the 9:30 showing. As I tried to explain to my friends, my partner and I, we're old, and
That's what bedtime.
9:30 is long past our bedtime.
We're going
So-
at noon
so we're
because
gonna
I was like, I'm not
try.
waiting.
Nice.
I can't.
Yeah.
I will fall asleep. 9:30 if someone invites me out, I'm like, why do you hate me?
Right.
You do the adult math in your head. You're like, all right, let's meet up. What time? 9:30? I'm like, every inhale is like, shower,
Right.
get to bed, 11.
The wind down. Yeah.
Oh, I don't
My
know,
ability
man.
to stay
I'm sick.
conscious.
I'm sick. Sorry.
Right.
No. But Elio, what about you? What's new? What's happening? What can Primos like go after and go chase down that has the Spice
Yeah.
illustrations sparkle on it?
Well, there's a lot in production on the back end for a new project. That's what I'm working on next. But coming out in August, I believe, is Mischievous Magda and El Cucuy, which is a children's book that I got to illustrate. Hector Cantu of Baldo,
Ooh.
he wrote it, and he brought me on as illustrator. So,
Hey, that's
yeah.
cool.
That's-
I haven't gotten to
Can you
announce
give
it
us a-
publicly, but yo.
Can you give us a little
I'm
taste of
talking
what
about
it's about?
That's two people that
So-
should always have worked together. I love it.
Aw, no, I'm excited. It's about a little mischievous girl named Magda, and she's very rebellious. She's a rebellious little like 3-year-old, and she just wants to do everything chaotically. So it's like right up my alley. She wants to play in the mud. She wants to throw her toys all over the room. She wants to eat all the paletas in the fridge. And she doesn't want El Cucuy to come and get her. So she's like, should I do it? And she always asks herself, will El Cucuy get me? And El Cucuy's like, I mean, nah, I'll join
Ooh.
you though. So it's just a little cute book of mayhem and bad decisions, but it's all in good fun. So
Exciting. Wow, that's a
I can't
pedigree
wait.
right there.
When do we get previews?
So it is making a soft launch, I believe, at Texas Legislative Comic Con
Cool.
in August. I won't be there, but I will officially have copies of it at Denton Comic Expo in September.
Awesome. That is
Yeah.
August 1st for Texas Latino Comic Con. I will be there. I don't know if Kevin Garcia will be there this year. Will you be there, Mr.
I
Garcia?
will be there this year. I've been lined up for that one. I'm also already been lined up for San Diego Comic Con. I should probably figure out how I'm getting there.
Nice.
You just are there. You just don't know how you're going to get there. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Right.
Well, originally I was
Right,
going to
everyone for
drive, and now I'm
themselves.
not. So, fly, hitchhike,
Maybe
teleport.
Hitchhike.
hitchhiking.
Total hitchhike.
Hitchhiking sounds good. I mean, it's totally your vibe, right?
I would.
You're a
totally
Grateful
do that.
Dead fan,
Hmm.
right? Yeah,
Gotta
that's
keep
your
riding
thing.
that
That's your
train.
thing, right? Now, you
That's
guys
right.
remember the Harlem Shake thing that was like really
Dude,
popular?
I never left.
Wait, was that
That'd
the
be
thing
funny
that
if
it
we just
also
bring it
turned
back.
into where like
Like,
everybody
That song's literally
sitting
on my
still and then
workout
moving around?
playlist. I
we
never
bring it
left.
back.
My
and it's just me and
first day of film school, they made us film like that was our first project because we
The
had to go
meme?
across the street to Daily Plaza and shoot that. And I'm like, this is my nightmare. I hate
Yeah.
being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys want to be artists? No, you're doing a meme, an old
Right.
Yeah,
stale one.
100%. I was like, when did we vote for this? Like, this is orientation. They're like, everyone get out there and dance.
God. Yeah, no, that'd be jarring.
The thing I learned from film school was I should have taken all that money and go made a movie. That's
Yeah.
literally like I should have taken all that money. And I know the guys that made an orientation, I should have met those guys and me should have pulled our money together and go make a movie. Like that's literally what film school should have been. Like everything else should run on the fly. But
Well,
don't get me
now
wrong.
with ChatGPT, you can just plug it in.
Look
That's
at
right.
that. Look at
You
that.
know,
Look at
I've been
that.
hearing some good stuff about it. I should probably do that too, shouldn't I?
You know what? We're
In fact,
gonna
just stop thinking. Stop taking time to make stuff. Just if you know how to write a prompt, if you know how to write in a search bar, done. Make a thing, be lazy,
You basically,
be unoriginal.
if you could write in a
go.
search bar, you are a creator. You know what's funny though is that all this conversation started because one of our favorite creators said they were going to be using AI. Hideo Kojima, right? Hideo Kojima.
No. How dare
No,
you?
he did. He actually did say it. And then like, yep, he did. And then
When did
2 weeks later,
Kojima say he's gonna just run off AI?
well, shortly after,
Yeah.
shortly
You're
after what's his
right. I
name?
remember.
Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks later, he's like, oh no, I'm not going to use it.
Yeah.
Right.
I
the thing
remember
is,
because the internet clapped back.
No, but Kojima's weird enough. He gets he gets a pass, you know, because he is so weird that he'll jump into anything for 5 seconds and be like, neat, what's that? A light. And he runs the other direction. We're like, you know what? He gets a pass. But you know who doesn't get a pass? Book of Life. Like
Jorge
Jorge Gutierrez. Whoa.
Dog, I think the thing that bothered me the most was he doubled down after his posts came out. And it's
double
just
Well,
down?
let's bring it up. Let's be specific here.
Yeah.
Jorge Gutierrez put a post out there. This is where it becomes, and I want you guys to chime in. For those that don't know, the internet doesn't forget. Okay, this is the reality of it. It does not forget, especially when you're hurt, like John was. You can see in his eyes. You don't forget. But point is, he put a post preemptively saying, "Hey, I'm doing a deal with Amazon in so many words. I know some of you don't like it.
Or to get out
Here's
ahead
a
of it.
post so you guys can just tear me up all you want right now. Some people love it, some hate it. Go nuts. Just don't.
And in
don't.
that post, he also went to the assumption, and probably not an unreasonable assumption, that people are going to attack his family on a personal level.
Yes, just don't attack my family.
Yeah,
but have at it with me.
Because we'll be going after you or shutting you down or blocking or whatever it is. And the thing is, look, I get it. That is a thing that the internet does. But that also kind of minimizes the concerns.
Yeah.
You were saying, Elia, so that comes up, boom, what goes off in your head?
As an artist who literally, like, Jorge was my freaking inspiration. I've been working on, like, studying his style to, like, see what I can do coloring-wise to be good. I look at Real FX job postings every now and then because I'm like, God, what would it be like to, like, work with him? And so, like, love him so, and to the point where Book of Life, the song at the end of Book of Life was our first dance at our wedding. Like, that's how deep, like, the love for his work is. When I saw that post and the follow-up one where it was just like, yeah, say whatever you want. Like, this is what my stance. I don't know. It was so dystopian to me.
Yep.
Because
That's
it's
exactly
like,
the word for it.
this is literally the industry that you yourself have made fun of. He would always find these ways that Hollywood would cut corners, do this and that, and make fun of it, be like, oh, Hollywood. Like, that was just his thing. And then, of course, there's a price for everything, I guess. There's a price for integrity. And they met it. They met him at that price.
They found that number.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's like a stab in the back. All these artists that he's worked with, all these artists that he was going to work with. Him himself is as an artist. His wife is an artist. Like, I don't know. It was just like, what is the price that they gave you that made you forget all of that?
Yep.
So that you could be fine.
You know, I also feel like it was a price, but I also feel like it was a spiel. Like, I feel like somebody sold him on how it's not going to hurt artists when he was just listening to that person. You know, he just seems like somebody to be impressionable. You know,
I
John,
think
you
it
can't
was
wait.
he
Go
had
on.
a series of like kind of flop things, like where he talked about like, I'm making this, oh, but the funding fell through. I want to make this, but the funding fell through. I think they offered him that funding, like, make one for us, we'll make two for you. And I'm pretty sure that's what it was, because I held on to Twitter for a long time because me and him would have like little conversations back and forth sometimes, and it was a lot of fun because I love him. And then like when I saw that, I was like, nah. Like, no, there's no way. So then I did like 2 seconds of digging and found like articles coming out. And then when I saw his post, like double down saying like, guys, this is going to happen without me. So why not let me be at the forefront of it? Because maybe I can kind of steer the direction. And I was like, that's not how this works.
No, it is.
When bad things happen, you don't like double down and be like, hey, they're going to start knocking down doors. So I thought, like, why not put on my boots and start doing this first?
Right.
Fight back.
They're gonna start hurting puppies. But look, if I hurt puppies first, then
maybe they'll save my
at least
puppy.
we'll know it's a good person hurting the puppies.
Yeah. And that's exactly how I felt too, where it was just like, you're a better artist than this. So if you just needed funds, do a Kickstarter, do something, reach out to your fan base, and we can help you raise that money. Like everyone
Yeah.
would chip in because we believe in you. And then to just be like, well, the money was there and they were going to do it anyway. So why not
You
let
know,
good
artists,
old Jorge get in on it?
other artists in the community were like, it was like a shot heard around the world at that
Yeah.
point. Like people that were like championing him as an example of someone that wasn't allowing themselves to get corrupted, right? Because it's the thing, they're corrupting everybody. They're just they're gonna become industry plants, and this is what.
Yeah.
And dude, it was like an about face. Like, who are you? Like, who are you? This persona you've given off from everything you've worked El Tigre, right? Like Mickey,
Yeah.
Mickey said like the Tigre was like the reason Jaguar exists. You know what I mean? Like, and Gargoyle exists. Like, that's the reason Mega Jaguar is his book. It's inspired by it. So many people are inspired. Like Elia herself, you know, John. Everybody here wants to make work like that and show, hey, you can be indie, you can be different. You don't have to follow the dollar. You know. And I'm gonna put it out there, like between Coco and Book of Life, I'm gonna go Book of Life because I just the roots of it, the human side of me goes, wow, there's a lot of heart here. Nothing against Coco, because shit, I cried in the theater like anybody else did. But
Lord. Yeah.
but what
But
I'm getting at is the artists that reached out to me online, you know, that told me, they're like, dude, not only this, and I'll put it out there because he was public with it. I think he's comfortable enough to say it. But Oscar Garza from Five Meats, you know, he shared with me like the trouble, and he did it publicly. He went through. He lost his job because of
Yeah.
AI. He's an animator, and what he does, he was in. Thankfully, the community stepped up to help. Like John was saying, the community's there if it's genuine, if it's legitimate, and we can see it. You know, we can smell the bullshit. You know, there's creators on there that are big right now that I stopped following because they do so much AI generative stuff that it's just like to the point where I'm like, how are you still being followed by people? You know, how are you?
Yep.
It doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. Do you, right? When this happened, those people reached out to me. They're like, it's bullshit, right? It can't be happening. Like, no way. It's not happening. And I go, that was the dude I never thought would be the first guy to jump. And he's the
Right.
first one to
Yeah.
jump in there. And to
Of
move
all
it
people.
along, everyone tore him apart. He took the post down. That's what Oscar
Right.
and me were talking about. He goes, that's why he made that post. So that everybody can drop everything there and then he can delete it. And then there's no more evidence of that argument, no more comments, no more nothing. But then the story started getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Then he came back and he goes, you're right. No, he didn't even like, how do I say this?
Yeah. It was.
What is it? Because how do you
Well,
describe that follow up?
wait, I got to give him a tiny bit of credit in the sense that when he did double down, he didn't do it in the way a lot of other people did. Like, he doubled down apologetically, which doesn't make it better, but it's not worse. And then when he eventually walked it back, he's like, yeah, no, everything you said is true, which is also something I got to give him credit for, because a lot of people aren't going to admit that they were wrong. You know,
I don't think
being
it's a
said,
genuine apology, though, Kevin.
no,
It's not.
it's not. Well, no, it's not genuine, but it's one of those things where the bar is already so low, you know?
It's a man-excuse.
Basically, yeah, exactly. But like, it's like,
Thank
it's
you, Eliamaria.
slightly less bad than others. The thing is, look, I'm going to say something kind of dumb, though, and that is, I love Book of Life, but I didn't love as much as I wanted to. And I really loved the idea of Maya and the Three, but I watched it and I didn't like it. But I really loved what it was trying to be. And more than anything, I loved that they were both somebody's vision. I loved that
Right.
somebody was executing it, that had artists backing him up, all that stuff. So while I wasn't as big of a fan of his work as a lot of other people are that I know, I loved what he as an artist represented. And
I don't know, man.
And again, I appreciate that he can say he was wrong, but you're right, Elia. That's exactly
But
what
he
it is. It's
didn't
just-
really say he made a mistake. All he was like, all right, you guys brought
I'll
things to my
learn from
attention.
it. Yeah. I've read everything, and yeah, and then it was like, oh, okay, I'm not part of the project anymore. Which I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not in the room. I'm not reading his contracts. But there's something in my gut that's like, I don't believe that.
He already made it.
You know,
It's already done.
Right.
It's got to be already done.
Yeah,
It's like Frankenstein.
'cause
It's
you
like,
can't-
oh, I made the
yeah.
thing. I'm walking away. It doesn't
because
work
like
that
the
way.
girl who had her cupcake animation taken by this company.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right
like,
now. Lauren
it's-
Brandt.
Yeah, they have it. They own it. It's being done, whether she wants to or not. So it's like, there's stuff being done already. There's stuff that's already like in post.
And
I
I
don't
think
know.
They took
I
her
think that
baby
really
and fed it
bothered
to a
me
computer.
too, was that it kind of like okays it for other creators. Like we mentioned, other people who use
Mhm.
it, and like
Yep.
it's hard enough being a Latino creator and telling like Latino stories and stuff, and then
Right.
having people use AI to like, well, I'm the first to do it,
Yep.
and I'm just like, no,
Mm.
you're not.
Right.
There's
Like, you
other
haven't done
people.
it yet, really.
Other people have done it.
Yeah.
You're just the loudest person about being the first to do it, and you're
Yep.
using AI.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like it's instant unfollows
And
all
we all
around. But
know
I've
who that
gotten
is.
pitches from people who like, this is AI, like this art's AI, your story's AI. I don't think you wrote it.
Me too.
Me
And then
and
this is just
me
gonna make it
and
easier for people.
Primo of the show, Camazot's Comics, Rafael Flores Jr.
Yeah.
He's a librarian. You know, he works with that, and we
Is
talked
he
about
really?
this.
How?
Well, I think he works in the library space.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't say he's
that's
a
cool. I didn't
librarian,
know that.
to be fair, but he works in the library space. He does programming for the libraries and stuff, and he's just a great resource. A great
Yeah.
Primo. I check out Grimcore Studios. They have a new project coming out by the time this records.
Yeah. He
Go
makes
check that
really
out.
cool stuff.
But we talked about this because he said that people have presented, like John was saying, oh, here's a comic book script. And it made no sense. And he was like, wait a minute, like
Right.
this makes no sense. And then he started taking the guys, like, oh yeah, like admitted, like, yeah, this is AI. Like I threw it into AI to make me a comic book script. And he's like, but it doesn't work because comic book scripting isn't so formulaic, and even writing in general isn't just cookie cutter. And then he's saying, he's like, at least for now, comic book scripts are quote unquote, we would say safe. But I mean, what do you guys think as far as writers? You all are writers and artists. I mean, where do you think
Look,
we are when it
nothing
comes
is
to graphic
safe,
novels and all that?
but like the
Yeah.
thing is, I don't think it's as inevitable as everybody says it is for a variety of reasons. But just as a quick example, there's a woman I saw on TikTok who told a story about her and her husband. Some guy heard that, said that'd make a great book, told AI to make a book out of it, and then said, it's her story, I'll send it to her for free. And this just pissed her off. And then he's like, how dare she be offended when I did this favor for her? Okay. But the thing is, this is like, everybody keeps saying it's inevitable, it's here, get used to it, whatever.
Yeah.
It's really not. Like Sora, for example, that had that super realistic video program, was free, and everybody was loving to use it because, they're stupid. But the thing is that it was only free until it wasn't, and then it's gone. Right now, I've been hearing that more and more companies have been cutting their AI programs, which is hilarious because they cut a bunch of positions to replace them with AI, realized that it was more expensive to get the AI running on what they need it to do, and then they cut
Training
that, and
it.
now they have to hire
Yeah.
new people.
Yeah.
So it's just so stupid. And then the company, what I heard a while back was that the only company that was actually making money out of AI, because all these companies that are like doing all this great stuff, was NVIDIA, and that's only because they were
The
making the
graphics
chips
cards. Yeah.
used by ChatGPT and Sora
Right.
and all whatever those other things are. The thing is, and even they now are like, yeah, AI is not going to be sustainable like this and everything. It's just a bunch of really rich old people were told this is their next big way to stay being rich. And they don't want to let go of that because they don't want to say they were wrong. But remember, they
No,
said
I
that about
think that
NFTs. NFTs were never going to go away. They're going to be here
Yeah.
forever.
no, but hear me out. I think NFTs are going into the line. It's different because NFTs are so on the bubble of like the Pokemon card game and the whole scalping game and the shoe game, like in that vein. I feel that that's where that goes. But when it comes to this, I think that it's because they've taken into account that creativity is no longer something that is nobody cares about the
Yeah.
creativity being genuine. They just want to consume. And
Mm.
and I think that whenever you bring AI into the conversation, when the first inklings of it, people like to say nowadays, they go, hey, it's like the internet. When the internet came out, people were afraid of it and scared of it, and it was going to
Yeah.
change everything. And I go like, well, hold on. The difference is the internet. Yes, I used to work in advertising in the yellow pages. So trust me when I tell you that I saw it happen. But at the same time, I just saw it as, you know what, it's an avenue, it's a tool, it's something we can play with and use, and it is what it is now, right? But just like the internet has a dark side to it, and a
Yeah.
way it's being abused, and a way that we hate it, and I even have a poster
Regulations
up
were
here
needed.
where
Yeah.
it says social media will kill us before the cigarettes do, because that's the truth. Like it just we become so sucked into it, which
Yeah.
is from Trash City, by the way. AI in this form, in this way it's being used, it's harmful for the environment. It's harmful for creativity. It's harmful
Mm-hmm.
just for
For the children being educated.
the children, like educated. I mean, they can't write essays anymore. Everything gets filtered through GPT. I told my son, like, hey, let's write this essay. Let's go ahead. And he's like one of like 6 kids in his class, and look at that, hit the bar for writing an essay at
Yeah.
the appropriate level. And it's like, shit, like, this is scary.
My mom's a college professor, and she's got college kids who just are constantly using it, and it's
I'm a high
like,
school teacher, and I do.
yeah, yeah.
I,
It's
I,
like,
I remember when ChatGPT first hit, and I mentioned this before, I had a student, I called him up to my desk and I said, look, I'm going to be honest with you. It looks like you took all the notes I put on your work, ignored them, told a computer to make it better, and it made it actively worse. And he looks at me and goes, that's fair. But
Yeah.
this is the, you're talking a minute ago about people saying, oh, people were scared of the internet. The one I always hear lately is people were scared of Photoshop, and look what it is now. People could think Photoshop artists could be artists. But here's the thing. Photoshop was called what it was and was what it was because that is a thing that's been done for over 100 years. People have taken photos, mashed them up together to make new images. Like, just look at any picture of an old postcard of the jackalope. Those were literally just done that way, you know? So while the process was different, the results and the creators were the same, essentially.
yeah,
You know,
it's just
this is
established technology, essentially.
exactly. And that's not what we're talking
Regulated.
about with AI. We're not talking
Yeah.
about like, oh, well, I'm using AI to straighten my lines, or I'm using AI to clean up the coloring. No, we're using AI to make a creation for you. And
Mhm.
it's not just the art, and it's not just the writing, it's also business. They're like, I'm going to have AI write a file for me, and I'm going to a form for me, and I'm going to have another AI read it to me to explain it to me. And I'm like,
Yeah. The hearts are gone.
Yeah, people want
The
art,
minds
but
are
they don't
gone.
want to pay for it, and they don't want to struggle
Yeah.
to make it, and it's
Yeah.
It's
more
true.
and more apparent.
Well, but they struggle so
Yeah.
much. Did you hear
Oh,
about those guys who made the Coca-Cola commercial? They were there for like days trying to get prompts to work to make that Coca-Cola commercial at least somewhat watchable.
I
Then
think it was
maybe
on.
they should have just done it better. I don't know.
I got
I
a
have. Oh, go
sorry. I
ahead.
had a TikTok comment on one of my videos just saying like, "Oh, I use AI to help me make my comics," and I was like, "I hope I never read them." And the guy was like, "Well, just so you know, like I struggled so long to make this, and like I don't have your resources." I was like, "Bro, I work 15 jobs to pay
So,
for like 3 pages of
You
art a
really do.
week, and I got a kid." I was like, "Don't talk to me about like you're struggling." I was like, "'Cause
yeah.
I'm doing the thing." I was like, "And I can't draw, so like I'm helping other people make their like get to make art,
Yeah.
and we're telling a story together." I was like, "Just do that." I was like, "You can't make friends, bro? Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
go watch
Exactly.
Toy Story 5 and learn how to make a friend."
I
Yeah.
had I had 3 people come up to me at the last event I was at, specifically asking me how they can make comics. 2 of them were these teenagers with their parents, and I gave them some advice and said, you know, try this, make sure you read these things. And I even knew there was another teacher who had a table down the way there at Houston, who's always doing stuff, Ben Humenick, who's always doing stuff with kids and writing comic books, but helping them write comic books. And so in fact, in both cases, the parents came back to me later on their own and said, "Hey, I'm so glad you told my daughter this. You know, it's so great." The third person who had asked, "How can I make comic books?" was an adult. And he said, "I have some ideas." And I say adult, he's like 20, 21 or something. I don't know. But he's like, "I have some ideas on this and this and this and this." And like, okay, well, here's what you can do with them. You can try this and make sure you look how these guys are doing it. Then he pauses for a minute. He pauses a minute, looks and goes, is it bad that I use AI to write it? And it was everything I had in my mind to not, you know, I'm not on the radio, so I'm not to cuss him out, but I was trying to be polite. I was like, well, no, let's look at it this way. We have courts have said, and recently Supreme Court also just confirmed this, that anything made with AI cannot be copyrighted. So you would not have any control over your IP if it's made that way. We have, you know, the ethical concerns of people who have been stolen from and that kind of thing. But then we have then there's the current issue, which will change over time, of the fact that it's nonsense. You know, right now that what comes out, it doesn't make any sense half the time, and when it does, it's very loopy. Now that may get better later, but that doesn't change the fact that nothing that you made there was your idea. And I said, look, if you want to brainstorm with something, I guess that's like me going to Wikipedia and looking for ideas by just going down a rabbit hole. But if it goes any further than that, did you make it?
Right.
You know?
I think that we're on
I
the same
have
page.
very Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Yeah, please. Before we
No,
start
I
winding
just
down.
have really blatant opinions regarding people who use, and this is specifically Gen AI, that like, and I'm talking like businesses, people who are using like businesses to, or using Gen AI to like make logos, make images and flyers.
Flyers for
If-
events.
Yeah. And if the excuse is you can't afford to do it, then maybe you should be going into business. Maybe you need to build yourself up a little bit. If you have to depend on AI to do art for a comic, to write your comic, maybe you shouldn't be in comics. You need to start learning how to hone a craft. If there's just no heart, there's no creativity, there's no imagination, the heart is the most important part to me, because anything that I've seen go through generative AI just is soulless. It's like two lobotomized eyes looking at me. And maybe if that's the route you have to go in order to achieve a level of something that those of us that have worked at it are doing, maybe this isn't for you.
I told a
Creativity is
guy
not where you should be.
who
Yeah.
was arguing with me about it online, and he was just like, well, where do you come up with your ideas? Like, you don't use prompts, you don't like have something kind of workshop it with you. And I was like, I don't really workshop my ideas. I just talk to myself and pace back and forth. I was like, but I come up with my ideas because like, just live a little, dude. Like,
Yeah.
just have
Think
that
a little.
experience of,
Yeah.
just have that life experience, and that'll make everything better. It'll help you be a better creator. But without it, then it is those soulless eyes just looking back at you.
Yeah.
You know, somebody asked me because my work, I teach a journalism class. Somebody sent me an email, said, "Hey, how can I start a journalism class? What do I need?" It's another. I think she's a librarian actually, but she wanted to do a thing. And I sent her a list of how to do it. And I sent her everything I mentioned. I had a link to, like, here's an organization, here's a suggestion, whatever. And then she said, "Thank you so much. I have another question. What should I do with AI?" And this is the letter I wrote. I copied it for myself. And the thing is, every single point I made sure to link to a legitimate news article so you could see with an example of it. So just running through the points, I've got like the legal concerns. I already brought up the copyright thing. This is a great one. You could be accused of plagiarism because you unknowingly quoted somebody else, because the AI literally cannot come up with anything. It's just mixing things together in a way that seems pleasing to the user. Let's see what else. Let's see. If anybody finds out, they're going to suspect everything you make is going to be fake. There's that. Let's see. Misinformation. Like I said, you go down rabbit holes of research, and then that's all based on fake stuff. Let's see what else. And then there's also the issue that, hey, the more people are doing that, the more other people who are not doing it can be accused of AI. And I just, and also the biggest one, people are losing jobs.
Yeah.
And I link to all these things.
Weirdly enough, in the past 6 months, I've received pitches from 2 people, both having AI art to show what they want from me. And that's a first red flag for me, where I'm like, I'm not going to book this project, because I give them my breakdown, I give them my expectations, I throw my price down, and I get ghosted. So it's like, maybe if you like keep working at like all of us here, we create, but we also have hustles to help fund our creations. We're working. Some of us have multiple jobs so that we can fund our creative ventures. And regardless, we are working so that we can afford our dream of creating what we do without the help of unregulated, generative,
Evil.
whatever you call it, crap. And so it's just like, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, it's just like, if you aren't ready to hustle for the craft that you are willing to fight so hard for it in creation versus promotion, get out.
Yeah.
Stop. Go type some words on Microsoft
would flat
Word.
out have been given to AI if they were done today.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right. I think that taking away from it as we kind of wind down here is the fact that it's okay to be a fan. Like you're saying, it's okay to be a fan. It's okay to be a consumer and be a fan. You know,
plus, like, who knows? I hear ideas out there from people, and I'll be like, "Do you want me to do something with this?" That's how Princesa Taco was born.
Yeah.
I mean, you
That's
never
how
know. Just being
next month's gonna it's collaborative.
Kevin, wasn't there a fan or somebody that found out how to bring Phoenix back from the dead based on just knowing the X-Men fandom? I forget,
Kurt Busiek, and then he became one of the biggest writers at Marvel in the 90s.
You know, just being a fan. So you don't have to
Dan
fall into
Slott,
these
one of the big
traps.
Spider-Man people, he was writing fanfic, but like he was
Yeah.
making it. He was making it, and that's how he got to be able to make other stuff.
No, I think that
Stanley
to kind of
Williams, same.
we're winding down the show here and just kind of to put a bow on things. I know this is a conversation that will come up more and more, but it's just support, to support each other, to support the community and support creators that are actually making the things and taking the time. Like Eliamaria said, they're putting the hustle into their work, into everything they're doing to get it out there, aforementioned, we joke around. John has like 5 jobs to make a comic happen, so does Kevin and Eliamaria as well. But let's do that. Let's support each other. Speaking of supporting each other, to end on a higher note, Kevin Garcia has a announcement, right? I mean,
Well, yeah.
tell us
Well,
about your project.
an announcement that should already have been announced, hopefully, ideally, by the time this thing comes out. And that is, I have a new Kickstarter.
Yay!
Hey, congrats.
I know. I have intended to do one last year, then personal stuff got in the way and I could not. But this is something that I've been really excited about. I'm working with an artist from Mexico, Miguel Angel Hernandez from Veracruz. And I've got a friend of mine, friend of the show, Roberto Rivera Pardo, who's doing the main cover.
Great.
Another one, Mr. Fish on Well Done Online, doing another cover. A bunch of artists. In fact, I'm so excited about this. I want to bite off more than I can chew. Because look, I've already got.
Feel that?
Yeah.
Feel it.
Because I've got Miguel already lined up. He's already ready to do 22 pages. He's already started it. We've already got enough that we can put it up there and show people what's going on. And I always tell the artists, like, I'm going to pay you for this. Don't keep going until we get more funding because I want to make sure you're paid. So basically work as I'm paying you, essentially. But I'm so excited about it that I've talked to a couple of other artists that are friends of mine, like Mickey, friend of the show, great guy. And then James Figueiredo from Brazil, another friend of mine, about maybe doing some backup stories. So could end up being a bigger book with 3 full stories in it, along with all my background. And for what it is Night Axe and Golden Girl. It is I'm trying to figure out the shortest way to put it. Chicano monster superhero romance.
Sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although asterisks on the superhero in that they do not consider themselves superheroes. I keep pointing out my main guy, Night Axe, is a giant monster with no head. He's an Uber driver. That's what he does. He just delivers stuff. He takes you for a drive. His people are usually very surprised that he looks like what his profile picture looks like, but he's like, but that's what he does.
That's cool.
And then, if a monster attacks and nobody else is helping, he'll help. He's very worried about hurting anything, though. Meanwhile, his girlfriend, Golden Girl, she's literally a magical girl, and she can transform with a big, colorful rainbow sequence. And she used her powers to go flying and check out the hill country and fly through buildings and stuff. Because wouldn't you? But again, if she sees injustice, she's gonna step in. But she'd rather not. Would be nice if the world didn't make us do that.
Yeah.
True, it's true. Kickstarter. So what will be the Kickstarter? We book and search for it.
Night Axe and Golden Girl. And by the way, I've already bought Night Axe and GoldenGirl.com, NightAxe.com. I tried GoldenGirl.com, but believe it or not, that was very expensive. Who would have thought?
Just a singular golden girl. It's
Yeah,
like, it's
why
just
not?
one.
It could happen.
You can pry it from my cold dead hands, Kevin.
Oh no, it was
Y'all gotta
available, but
fight.
it was like because the other websites I bought for like $3 each, and that one was like $30,000, and I was like, well, no. But yeah, Night Axe and Golden Girl is what it is. The name Night Axe is because he's inspired by a Aztec legend that translates to the Night Axe. And she's Golden Girl because I got hung up on this rabbit hole of public domain heroes, and there's a public domain hero that was a white kid who got their powers from an golden Aztec heart, and I said, let's give that to a Latina. So that's the idea.
Awesome. Definitely look out for it. Let's look out for Primo. Support Mr.
Night Axe and Golden Girl.
KevinGarcia.com and definitely go out there and make something happen for the community. I'll go around the table here in the room, just kind of give everybody their moment to say anything they want to promote, or everybody can find you. Maria, let's start with you.
Go Mexico! Also, Mischievous Magda and El Cucuy coming out. Soft launch August, hard launch September at Denton Comic Expo. I'll also have a panel with Hector there. And then in the month of July, mid-July, I'll be raising money for St. Jude. I'm having a comic-a-thon. I will be creating a comic live throughout a whole week. So, yeah, be looking forward to that. And come donate if you can.
Awesome. John, what do you got, buddy?
I'm just holding on for dear life.
Aren't we
Richie Ramone presents Encore. I am the co-writer on it, but that's like the next big thing I got going on. Oh, we have a Lockjaw novel coming out, which is it's Phantom of the Opera, but at a mariachi school. So he
Stop.
comes in as a
Stop.
teacher because students are going missing and he's trying to solve it. So it's a
I
novel.
love everything about that.
It's
Yeah.
really fun.
Anyway.
I'm really excited about it. But that's the two things I got.
Hell yeah.
Awesome, Primos. I want to thank everybody, of course, for supporting us and being with us. And of course, check out Puro Pinche Magic if you're into Magic the Gathering. It's another one of our programs here. And of course, check out everybody here and all the Primos in the community. Let's go support each other. Let's support some real creators out there. The imagination that we carry inside of us, the things that make it unique and genuine. Let's keep that going. And Primos, just thank you guys for being with us. And no matter where you're from, we're all Primos. Adios.
We out.
Como una rosa entre espinar salta.